Hey everyone, I'm Chris, and this is Cue the Credits. Welcome back to Cue the Credits, the home of everything boutique Blu-rays, physical media, and the art of collecting. In today's episode, we are taking a look at the brand new 4K limited edition from Arrow Video of Innerspace. This is a Joe Dante film. It is one of Anne Boleyn's titles. As you can see here, it says Steven Spielberg Presents. And guys, I'll be honest, I've never seen this. I never even really knew about this until Arrow announced it. And I find that kind of crazy considering the cult status that it has. And especially considering I love a good Joe Dante film. So today we're going to be taking a look at everything that you get in this 4K limited edition. We're going to talk about the transfer and the audio, and then my thoughts for the first time watching Innerspace nearly 40 years after it was first released. A little bit about the film first. Innerspace is a 1987 sci-fi comedy directed by Joe Dante and produced by Steven Spielberg. It follows a test pilot played by Dennis Quaid who gets miniaturized as part of a medical test and then unfortunately injected into a hypochondriac played by Martin Short. And from there, just absolute craziness, action, comedy, sci-fi stuff ensues for the whole rest of the runtime, and a little stroke of romance in there as well. It's got a very specific 80s charm, and it's got a very like Dante feel to it. Of course it's a Joe Dante film, but you know, sometimes directors don't have their stamp on it. Innerspace definitely has Joe Dante's stamp on it. It has got a massively miniature premise, and overall this absolutely chaotic movie somehow works for the entire 2-hour runtime. So that's the bones of Innerspace, but let's get onto the bones of this release and unbox this, shall we? Let's unbox this then. So straight away we have got this wonderful artwork, which honestly doesn't really give you too much of an idea about what the film is about. So when I saw this, I didn't think anything of that. But we've got, of course, Martin Short there and Dennis Quaid right here, which I didn't even realise it was Dennis Quaid. Onto the spines, we've just got a black spine with the logo there, and then the design kind of follows itself around. Onto the back, let you have a little read of that there. And then we've got some text specs here, so Dolby Atmos on there, and then up here it does note Dolby Vision as well. So popping this off, as you can see, the design does follow over, and we have got the same design just here on the inside sleeve, which we'll get onto that. But I kind of understand it a little bit more on this design because it follows round. It'd look a bit funky if we had a different design here. On the plus side though, we have got a little back design. So Arrow, thumbs up from me on that. We get Dennis Quaid's little ship there, which that's a really nice touch. I really enjoy that. So let's crack this open and see what's inside. Of course, first up we have got posters, and this is an original poster, which I really, really enjoy this. It's the inside of Martin Short's body, and it's basically like a little game board, which is quite cool. And as you can see here, there's like little bits on there. Jack is nervous and tense. He's back one space. That's really cool. And then, of course, we have got the cover artwork. So within 24 hours, he will experience an amazing adventure and become twice the man. Sorry, I know this is a massive poster, so you can't really see it on here. Then we have got a 58-page booklet here, and it's really nice. We're getting different artwork on the book. So this is showing the little science station with the bunny rabbit. And then on the back, we've got another one of the original posters. This is quite a cool one. They got to use the color purple and Lethal Weapon on their like advertising campaigns, which is, yeah, that's really, really nice. Short look inside the book here. We've got quite a few number of essays here as well. And of course the cast and crew. Just have a little scoot through here. We get to see all the various bits and bobs, which is nice. It's a lot of essays, a lot of writing, which is good. You get to see some of those. And then, of course, a couple of the supporting characters. And then, as always, about the presentation, if you want to have a read through there. And finally, onto the case itself. So we've got two new original artworks on these reversible sleeves by Doug John Miller. So let's get that swapped. And personally, I do like both of them, but I think I like the other one a little bit more. I mean, they are two very nice designs, which is the main thing that we're getting multiple different bits of artwork. Inside, we have just got a single disc that shows that alternative artwork again, and then no art cards, but we've just got a tease for In the Mouth of Madness. Interesting that we've got no art cards in a £30 big box release. It's, yeah, don't know what's going on with Arrow at the moment, but hey, let's get this put back together. So that is everything that you get in this 4K limited edition of Innerspace from Arrow Video. Let's talk about the transfer, shall we? It feels like I'm in a love-hate relationship with Arrow at the moment. Like, they're doing these spectacular releases, but there's always something that is just like, come on, Arrow, where, you know, what's going on with that? Out of the packaging side of things, though, let's talk about the presentation and let's talk about the specific disc. Picture-wise, this looks pretty spectacular. Now, of course, this is the first time that I've watched this. It's the first time that I've experienced Innerspace, so I don't have any previous releases to go on. But I'd say that's kind of a bit of a bigger test, because if I'm sitting there going, oh, this 4K looks absolutely spectacular, then you've probably done something right. Throughout the film, the picture looks really, really sharp. You have a panning shot right in the intro where you're going from like the microscopic particles of an ice cube in a glass, which you don't know that is, and then it just slowly pans out. Once you get into like the actual world and the glass and you see the ice and something's getting poured over it, I could have reached out and just had a lovely little drink of that. There's been no scrubbing or smoothing. All the grain is kept really nicely intact, but it is a really clean scan of the original 35mm negative, and this has also been approved by Joe Dante himself. As for colours, it really does pop, and it's supported by HDR10 and Dolby Vision, and you do see that. Then CGI. This was something that I was a little bit apprehensive with. With it being late 80s, there's kind of, it's two ways that it can go. It can look really bad or really good. And I'm happy to say it's in the good camp. Like, the mix of computer effects and practical effects blend really nicely, and like I said, they've been able to upscale everything so it doesn't look like just a mess. It just adds to the charm of the movie. It doesn't take you out of it, which is what I was worried about. Onto audio, you've got three choices here. You have got the original lossless 2.0 stereo, and then the original 70mm 6-track, which is produced in a Dolby Master Audio 4.1 mix, and then finally a newly remixed Dolby Atmos track. As with all of these reviews, I will generally switch between the audio mixes just to see which one kind of hits a little bit better, and especially replay some action scenes and listen to each one. And personally, for me, the 4.1 track, that original 70mm 6-track mix, just stood out heads and tails above everything else. The Atmos track, personally, it doesn't really give much extra, doesn't elevate it, doesn't add too much atmosphere. And then of course that original 2.0 track, it's good, but you've got that 4.1 track, and that is definitely what I would recommend that you watch this film with. It holds everything really well, it creates a really nice sense of depth, and it doesn't level too much stuff out to the point where you're like, this doesn't sound exactly right. On to special features now. We have got brand new audio commentaries. We've got archival audio commentaries. We have got a lot of production behind the scenes stills and posters and things provided by Joe Dante himself, as well as behind the scenes at ILM, which are really cool. Arrow has pulled it out the bag with Shrinkage, the making of Innerspace. And now this is a brand new 1 hour long documentary about the making of Innerspace. And this is brand new and exclusive to this release. So that is quite a nice little bonus feature. After I finished the film, I popped that on straight away because I just wanted to know a little bit more about the film. I wanted to understand it a little bit more, and it doesn't disappoint. It is a great little making of documentary, and I love that Arrow have put that on there. All in all, it is a pretty stacked release. Like, the picture looks great, the audio looks brilliant, and you have got a lot of special features. It could have just been nice to see some more archival footage, if there is that archival footage. As for the film itself, I cannot believe this is the first time that I've watched Innerspace. I was just sat there for the whole 2-hour runtime being like, how is this something that has never crossed my radar? How is it not already on the shelf? And how is this not a, you know, yearly rewatch? Apprehensions going in of, like, I enjoyed the concept of it, but I wasn't sure how they were going to stretch to 2 hours. And I've seen some people criticize the fact that it is a 2-hour film, but personally, I quite enjoyed it. And when it felt like there was a lull, something else happened. Like, you know, you have a good old rave break about 1 hour and 15 minutes in. There is also just little cutaways that probably isn't needed. There is a henchman with a bionic arm, and let's just say he swaps that bionic arm for a device that could massage places. It's a cutaway that probably wasn't needed. About 20 seconds. Bit weird, but it just really sits on the 80s side of things. For this film, the performances are great. It really sets the tone, and it doesn't take itself too seriously when it knows that it doesn't have to, but in those moments where you need that little bit of grounding, it really does hit home. And that is exactly why it works. So, would I recommend you to pick up Innerspace? This is such an easy recommendation from me. It is such a fun 80s film. If you enjoy silly sci-fi, if you enjoy 80s comedy, then you are going to absolutely adore Innerspace. And on this release, of course, you are getting a fantastic 4K transfer. You're getting loads of audio options that will suffice anyone with any system. A stacked set of extras with a brand new hour-long documentary, and of course this beautiful 4K packaging with a big box from Arrow. This is definitely one of those films that is going to get pride of place on the shelf, and I can already see me going back and revisiting it over and over and over again. So let me know down in the comments below, have you seen Innerspace before, or are you like me, you've never seen it, or you've never even heard of it? I'd love to know. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Cue the Credits. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk movies with me, and as always, do all the YouTubey things, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends who like being miniaturized and being injected into people who just don't know what's going on with their health. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace!